Hey, this is Zero at ReviewZoneHD, continuing race week with the PlayStation 3 review of NASCAR Unleashed, a budget title that released just a few months ago in November of 2011, sort of a mixture of an arcade racer and a kart-style racing game. The way the cars actually bump or smash into one another make it feel almost like high-speed bumper cars to an extent. You have a total of 12 tracks to race on, some of which start on a real NASCAR track and break off into the countryside, which is a nice twist on the actual track design. The game does feature progressive damage to your car. If you smack it around the track a bit too much, it'll start to look beat up and smoke. There's a pit stop that you can drive through to quickly restore your car back to brand new. I just finished a review for another budget kart racing game in Jimmy Johnson's Anything with an Engine. I'll have to say that I enjoyed that title a little bit more than this one, but let's go ahead and get into the review. For those of you that actually watch my reviews, I'm sure you've heard me say this before, but the graphics on here are a mixed bag. Some of the tracks look really good, well designed, and creative enough to make it enjoyable to race on. Other tracks feel so bland and lifeless graphically, it takes a little bit of fun out of this game. There's also a couple technical issues to report on. I did notice a little bit of frame rate and slowdown issues, especially during crashes, but it doesn't really create a problem worth worrying about, as I only saw it happen a few times. However, when you do crash your car or manage to get airborne, the game will sometimes completely spaz out. The camera angle will throw itself around inside of objects, and it will cause a bit of disorientation as you try to determine which direction you are supposed to be heading in. The sound is definitely lacking on here in a big way. There's one good song and the rest might as well not even have been in there at all. The announcer is so annoying, I would have just turned him off, but he does point out when a challenge becomes available as you're racing. The challenges can be something as simple as completing a drift through a turn or moving up a few spots, and completing them rewards a few extra points once the race is over. The problem with the announcer is he reuses the same one-liners over and over again, and after just a few races it starts to become a bit of a nuisance.
Don't forget to steer! Wow! Taking out that many cars? That's crazy good!
The game does feel like it's missing something, just one form of distraction or an addition that could have made it a much funner title to play through. The only form of a power-up you have is your boost, and other than drifting and drafting, there's really not a whole lot going on while you're racing. If you do manage to smash into another car hard enough, it will cause them to become a rival, and they will aggressively come after you if you're near them. But most of the races are so short, this really doesn't present itself as a challenge very often. In the game, you'll find a total of 15 NASCAR drivers and their race cars, all of which are the more well-known drivers such as Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, and more. The game does have unlockables such as new paint schemes or hats for your cars, but they also do feel a little bit shallow, as you really don't feel like you're accomplishing much as you progress through the main championship mode. I would highly recommend this title if you're a parent looking to buy a racer for a young child, as the game is overly simple, family friendly, and a bit on the easy side difficulty wise as well. When I do a review, the price point or its value always factors into how I feel about the game, and since this is a $30 budget title, I would say it met my expectations, but it doesn't really offer enough content that I would recommend this title for anyone other than someone that really enjoys NASCAR or a younger child. It just feels like a very average title that provides average entertainment, and if they had just added a little more to it and polished it over, it could have been something special, which is usually the case with all the NASCAR games that I've played. It's a step up from a $15 PlayStation Network store title, but not by much. Anyways, this is Zero at ReviewZoneHD, and thanks for stopping by.